that my baptism is not happening. The plan was that I was supposed to get baptized either today or tomorrow in the morning, and something happened, something got in between that, and I was informed and told now that the baptism is not going to happen now, but rather that it's supposed to happen once I have been going to the church and learning and being a catechumen for 1 year, 1 full year. So that's why it has been delayed. And apparently, it was a rule that the bishop of the region established, or the greater archdiocese, whatever. And our priest, my spiritual father, our spiritual father, he wanted to kind of do the fast track treatment with me and my wife and our family. I guess his thought was that he thought, you guys, I see you as very sincere and you already know stuff. You are not like getting into all of this very, very newly. I also spent lots of time learning tons of stuff, burying my head into that and learning tons of stuff over the last months. So he wanted to kind of fast track that, but then I guess my priest kind of talked to the bishop and tried to somehow make it an exception that I could be baptized without waiting for a full year. But the thing is, in my head, this was kind of a little bit of a concern, because I see people getting baptized in the Orthodox Church, and it usually seems to take like a year, more than a year. I just, Andrew Wilson's wife, Rachel Wilson, she just left a comment on my post. She said it took us 3 years. 3 years. So I was a little bit, I found it a little bit strange that I would be done in 3 months already and be baptized. So anyway, long story short, my priest apparently tried to do all that stuff, but then the bishop said, we have a rule that we have established, 1 year. Can't make an exception in this case. So here we are.
That's the official story, but I mean, we don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but I would suspect it goes something like this. AP has announced that he will conquer Constantinople as soon as he is baptized. We need him to be baptized now so we can take Constantinople. And then it goes up to the bishop, and he's not ready yet. He's not ready. He needs at least a year of training before he can conquer Constantinople, so we must make him wait. And so I think it was something more like that.
I think so too.
Now quit interrupting my editing.
That actually was the story. So I'm just telling a different story just to cover up the real story. What takes longer, converting to Eastern Orthodoxy or to Judaism? To my understanding, Judaism takes longer. Adventists do. The thing is,
we should invent a religion where it takes like 50 years to convert. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
Like I think your entire life to convert.
I think in Judaism, it's pretty normal that it's like on average 3 years or so, between like 1 to 10 years. I'm saying 1 to 10 years. I was going to say 1 to 5 years, but Seth says 1 to 10. Really, 10 years? That's a long time. But then, so Judaism doesn't have the urgency of trying to convert everybody. It's like if you come into it, you are usually just turned away. You know, you're usually turned away, and you are told, "Are you sure? Think about this and come back." So in Christianity, it's a little bit different. In Christianity, it's more like people need to convert. People need to become part of the body of the church and all that. So it is, yeah, the whole. As to my understanding, from what I have from the history of the church and of baptisms that I have studied, in the Christian church, in the Universal Catholic Church, it used to be much longer. Initially, it used to be like the recommendation was like 3 years. People should be catechumens for 3 years, and then they should be baptized or something like that. And this is, I think, a tradition that kind of started in the 2nd or 3rd century or so, to kind of make sure that people actually go into it knowing what they are doing, representing it properly, avoiding persecution, avoiding infiltrations and things like that, learning the religion properly and all that. I think over time, in modern times, it has usually become much shorter than it was traditionally. So, yeah. But anyway, with me, it's just. I mean, I am disappointed. I'm kind of upset about it. Very honestly, no need to hide that. Um, but I guess I would be less upset about it if I was told in the beginning that it would take a year, and then I would just wait out the year and be done with it. But to have it, planned for for a certain time, to get ready for it, to arrange things, and then to be told actually it's going to be at the end of the year or so, it's it's a little bit upsetting. But right now, the best thing I can do is just to say, if this is what is being decided, then I have to accept that and be fine with it.
And I mentioned to you earlier that it's a weird situation where everyone's right? Like your priest was right for saying, look, this guy's really studying hard and stuff like that. We should fast track him. He's reading more in a couple months than most people read in a few years, so we can fast track this guy. He was already wrestling with this stuff for a while, so we can kind of make that makes sense. And then he's thinking, okay, we can put him on the fast track. But then the bishop's like, no, you can't just. Then everyone's gonna think they can jump on the fast track, and we have a rule, and we can't start breaking the rules. So everyone's kind of right, and sometimes just happens like this.
Sometimes
it happens like this, but only in Orthodox Church when they make you wait forever to get baptized.